spending a few weeks in Hyderabad, India before heading to Andaman Islands. We explored the streets of Hyderabad, India. Charminar is known for its beautiful architecture. Weighing 551 pounds, the Golconda weight was used to test the strength of soldiers. Spending a night in Chennai, India. This is the streets of Chennai. Marina Beach, which lies along the Bay of Bengal, is the largest urban beach in India. The sandy beach is one of the most crowded in India and attracts 30,000 to 50,000 visitors a day. If you're hungry or looking for souvenirs, there are plenty of food vendors and stalls selling artifacts, handicrafts, and jewelry. Traveling on the crowded trains is a good way to experience India. The Andaman Islands are a union territory of India, and we flew into the capital city of Port Blair on South Andaman Island. After arriving in Port Blair, we took a ferry to Havelock Island, famous for its beautiful beaches, jungle walks, scuba diving, and beautiful coral reefs. The islands are home to the Andamanese, a group of indigenous people including the Jarawa and Sentinelese. The ferry ride was part of the adventure as we skimmed past the many small islands on the turquoise water. When we arrived on Havelock Island, our taxi driver suggested we stay at Pristine Beach Resort, and at $5 a day, it was a good choice. Our primitive hut, complete with mosquito netting and a toilet, was right on the beach. Much of Havelock Island is covered with damp, rain-fed, evergreen forests and jungles, and many varieties of exotic flora and fauna, and we were excited to go out and explore. To our surprise, we were about the only guests at the resort, and we usually had the beach all to ourselves. Scooters were a great way to get around the island, and with the many scooters, a picture of our license plate was an easy way to identify ours. I stayed in this hut on my second visit to Havelock Island. We couldn't complete our stay without a day of scuba diving on the beautiful coral reefs.
that the mainland? What island is that?
To Elephant Beach on Havelock. We enjoyed the chorus of birds as we hiked to Elephant Beach down the damp rainforest trail.
Do you think the roots go down to fresh water?
Elephant Beach.
He's got a shish kebab.
Elephant Beach is the most popular beach in the Andamans, and it's a great place to relax, snorkel, birdwatch, and trek through the jungle-lined coast. We head for Ranhanagar Beach. Commonly known as Beach Number 7, Ranhanagar Beach has been given the title of the best beach in Asia and the 7th best in the world by Time magazine. It's lined with coconut trees from all sides and covered with tropical jungle. It gives a panoramic view of the sea, lined with soft white sand stretching along as far as the eye can see, and the emerald blue waters beg you to go in for a swim. And there were no crowds, as we had the beach almost completely to ourselves. Arriving back in Port Blair, the capital city of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, we found a room in the Lalajee Bayview Hotel. It felt like we were back in mainland India as we explored the busy streets, crowded with pedestrians, scooters, tuk-tuks, outdoor markets, and wandering cows. We took a day trip to Jolly Buoy, a small uninhabited and ecologically preserved island known for its clear waters and beautiful coral reefs. From our ferry, we passed many small forest-covered islands as we made our way to Jolly Buoy. We took a glass-bottom boat from the ferry to the island where we could see the beautiful and colorful coral reefs teeming with fish. We brought our own snorkeling gear and planned on exploring the reefs from shore. We were shocked and disappointed when the guides would not let us snorkel out to the reefs on our own and insisted we wear a life-preserving vest while they towed us around on a line like little children. We never even made it out to the reef, and all we saw was sand. We later found out we were the only ones in the group who could even swim. We took a day trip to Baratang Island, located between Middle and South Andaman Islands. We started the journey from Port Blair by vehicle. After a few hours' drive, we reached the starting point of the Jarawan Tribal Reserve. From here, we traveled by convoy through thick, dense forest through the reserve. Photography was strictly prohibited here, as we saw Jarawan tribes people coming out of the forest holding weapons used for hunting. At the end of the forest journey, we reached the Baratang Jetty, where we crossed the bay on small motorboats to Atara Jetty. From Utara Jetty, we traveled by sea on small boats through mango swamps to the limestone caves and the mud volcanoes. The mud volcanoes were small craters created by natural gas emitted by decaying organic matter underground that pushed the mud upwards. I went on a kayak trip along the coast of South Andaman Island. Built from 1896 to 1906, the cellular jail was built by the British as a colonial prison to exile Indian political prisoners. As India struggled for independence, freedom fighters were incarcerated in this dreaded and grueling prison. In 1969, the prison was converted into a national memorial.